Hey y'all, look who I have here.
Hi.
So we're gonna let some people come into the room. Hey Jasmine, hey Chantal. And as they come into the room, they'll probably say hi. I'll put it up. But yeah, no. So getting back to what you and I were talking about. Guys, we'll get started in 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Can you imagine going into someone's home and screeching like a banshee? Your boyfriend's parents' home, whom your boyfriend's mother has already said, stay out my house. You're not welcome. And she is cursing foul language. I would have headbutted her so fast.
You actually kicked your feet up and pretended to kick the camera.
I did.
I was like, so normally I try to, like, the way I structure them is I try to save the best for last because it makes it so that the audience stays longer because they want to hear me talk about like the most. What I couldn't. I said, let's talk about JK trifling ass Brooke going up in that lady's house talking shit.
You have to start off with that.
Yeah. And then they're like, yeah. And she's like, what's happening? So where he's at? She gonna scoop past that man talking about he went for a walk. Your fat ass son ain't go for no walk. Like, I mean, just.
And then she goes, That's what she said to his stepdad.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes. The disrespect.
Very much so.
It's just so shocking. It's so shocking to see somebody be so disrespectful, especially when, you know, if that was her own mom, I feel like her own mom would have slapped her upside the head. She can't get away with that in her mama's house. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so hello in the room. We've got Joy. We've got Dedria, and Dedria is familiar with you, Sass.
Yep. Hey, Dedria.
And then we've got Beastmaster and Elaine. Hey. So as normal, you guys, we're going to get started at the 10-minute mark. I will introduce Sass as a special guest, and we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiance the other way, which I'm of two minds. I love the fact that it is only, I had to take this off the screen because I don't want it to block your face. I love the fact that it is only an hour. But sometimes whoever's producing the segment, they don't put the right combination of things in that hour to make it feel like a full episode.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like none of the little segments had any kind. It's like the arc. They didn't even get to the climax of the segments. They just like boop, boop, and then stopped. And so I don't want it to be 2 hours because that's too long. But I just want them to give us a little more something within each segment so that it doesn't feel like every 2 weeks is when we get the full story of what happens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing on purpose. They're stretching it out.
I mean, I don't know if you watch regular 90 Day Fiance, but it's already like 22 weeks.
I mean, it wore me out. I can't do it. 2 hours and then it lasts forever.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. It really is too difficult to do. It is it is. Well, if I was getting the numbers that I got when I did a full length, like edited video where it took me 6 hours to do, but I actually got over 10K views, then it becomes worth it. But not with when I'm barely breaking 1,000. I can't. It's hard.
No,
it's hard.
Barely.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do that, to watch that every week and then come on and talk about it. Hey Busola, how are you? Hey. All right. Going ahead and come in the room, you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. As per usual, if you get the hee ha-has during this and you want to tip your girl, please go ahead and leave a tip down below. Thank you so much for those of you who tipped me after last night's live. I love that. I think it was Jocelyn. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. So Sass, what shows are you doing right now?
Just Love After Lockup.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I saw you. Don't you do like you do like a, did you do like a roundup or something?
90 Day Fiance, Seeking Sister Wives, and Love After Lockup.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Mhm.
But you don't do 90 Day Fiance and Seeking separately, do you? You put them together?
I put them together. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So I'm doing them separately. So after
Yeah.
this, I'm going to go do Seeking Sister Wife, which I do enjoy that. That they actually do a pretty good job of with an hour giving us enough detail, because it's already such a crazy, not crazy, but it's already such a very interesting topic that I'm able to just take the little tidbits and be okay. But 90 Day Fiance, it just feels like we all know what's going to happen. We all understand the drama. There's something about it that they have to kind of level up what they do in order to keep those of us who've been watching it since like season 5 of the regular season 1 of Before the 90 Days, season 1 of The Other Way. Like when they don't have Jenny and Sumit in here, I'm like, that's what I came to see.
Of course, that's why we came to see is Jenny and Sumit.
Yeah.
That's what brought me back.
Yes. And so they didn't have Jenny and Sumit in this episode. And I was like, okay, I guess.
That's how everyone felt, I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hard to know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jasmine says, same, Sass. Hi, Ennis.
Hi.
Or Natalie.
I cannot, excuse me, I cannot wait to listen to you talk about Mr. Mike Davis, the thesaurus of the Seeking Sister Wives, because, you know, he's the smartest person in the world.
Nick Davis. Yeah. He,
Oh, is it Nick? I thought it was Mike. It's
no,
Nick.
It's Nick
Oh,
Davis.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nick. I don't want you to read me down.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I still kind of chat here and there with the Epps family, and I think we're on season 2.
Love them.
Yeah. Love them. And I want them to come and talk about it, but I'm like, I don't really interview cast. I don't really interview the cast like that. And so they broke up with they lost one of their sister wives, and I kind of want to, you know what I mean? Like I
but they're not the cast.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not on the show.
Yeah.
And I bet you they would do it. And I would love that.
Okay. I'll go on ahead and look into it.
You should think about it.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it and reach out to them and see if they're willing to do it.
I think they will.
Oh, thank you so much, Hard to Know. Thank you for the super sticker. Oh, Becca, that's the best time to catch a live. Let me tell you, girl. It's the best time. Beastmaster says, is because mans look like a broke great value Jordan. Broke great value Walmart brand Michael Jordan. He's not even tall enough to be considered a Mike. He's Temu Michael Jordan. If you're going to do anything, he's Temu. Can't give it to Walmart. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Hi, sister. This is my other sister, Sass. I have two sisters. This is the other one.
Hi.
But hey, Brooke. Where are we at on time? Okay, we got a little over 2 minutes letting people come in. Oh, Brooke. Unfortunately, you have the same name as Brooke. So I'm very glad that you don't actually join the lives where I'm talking about the trifling Brooke, because I don't want you to think I'm talking about you, girl.
The trifling Brooke. And can I just say that the
anything
Love After Lockup universe, the Love After Lockup family, Life After Lockup family, they come up with the best names of these participants. I just laugh. Broke Brooke. They just dig into her and they just let her have
it. Broke Brooke. The best thing that some of the best things that she said is, "I'm gonna choke the piss out of you," which is disgusting.
Yes.
And then she was like, "Where I come from, you talk shit, you get hit."
Right.
And I'm like, girl, then you must have been silent because you ain't had enough people hit you. You ain't had enough people hit you. You need to be hit more.
Girl, that mouth.
That
mouth.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
It is wild. All right, I'm about to get started in 30 seconds here. All right, everyone, get your glasses of. I've been drinking wine. I don't think I'm gonna have any more while this one. I'll take a little bit before, after, and before Seeking Sister Wife. And almost there. So also what I'll do is I've taken notes, so I'll just prompt you and you can say whatever and speak on your mind. Just give us the full Sass experience. Give us the full Sass experience. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, I'm Wah. No. Start again. Hey everybody, this is Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 4, Bini. My name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love is Blind, and the like. So if you are at all interested in that content, please go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. If while watching this, you get the hee-hee ha-has and you want to give your girl a tip, you could do so with those options scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or you could do a super sticker, however you want to do it. With me in the studio today, or over the airwaves as you will, is Sass Scales. If you don't know who Sass is, you need to get on it, because Sass be giving us the tea, the drama, the information, the hot takes about the Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup universe, and she is an expert at it. Sass,
I love it.
Say hi to the people.
Hello. I am so excited to be here. I'm nervous. Let me just say this. I cannot believe that Wah even know I exist. She is the queen. I am so nervous right now. And when she asked me to come on her channel, I was so honored. Y'all don't know how much this means to me, because I have been watching her before I even started doing recaps. She was one of the first ones that I ever watched do Love After Lockup. And I thought, man, this girl got it together. And I was just impressed, blown away. And so then when I found out that she watched me, I literally told my sister, I said, you cannot believe who watched me. She was like, who? And I told her, she was like, oh my God. We were just like giggling. And I was like, oh, I was just, floating on air. So I am so honored to be here. Thank
Absolutely.
You so much.
Absolutely. And as I was telling you earlier, my sister is the reason why I know you. Not the sister who's here right now, but my sister, Sawai, when she comes on here, you guys know her as in the set. She is the one who was like, oh, I watched, like, she was telling me, because sometimes she would come on and do these recaps with me. And she started watching Love After Lockup, and so she would get on me if I wasn't doing Love During, or if I missed a season of something. And she's like, oh, I watched Sass. And I was like, okay, so let me check her out. And I was like, oh yeah, she funny, because she'll be like, Letitia, while putting on lotion, Letitia to the front, now tell me why.
I don't hold anything back.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. But I will say, when I interviewed Letitia, she was cool. She let me ask her anything. She didn't hold back, and she was cool when I interviewed her.
Okay. Yeah, girl, because we was talking about it. I know this is 90 Day Fiance. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to it. So I watched your live yesterday. I watched the live when something had happened and you were like in your car and you were yelling at her, and she responded. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, let me get some research. I'll come back.
Oh, and, yeah, that was when she stole Monique's shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I was like, oh, I wonder what tell me what happens. Like waiting to see what the outcome was. But then also we were in the chat yesterday and we were talking about, me and the audience, and we were talking about what actually other crimes that she had done. So then after I'd gone live, I went and watched your live and I was like, oh, well, Sass knows.
I mean, and then some of the Sassers was like, girl, she done, I didn't even know this. She had put like her name in someone else's name to do a rental property. Oh. She used someone else's name. And I'm like, Letitia, girl, you're a mess.
Yeah, you said that there's been like bad checks written, like a lot of like money fraud stuff.
Right, fraud stuff. Yeah.
And so it's weird that she then would be able to have a business where she is handling taxes. I feel like there should be some kind of background check for anybody who's
I don't think she has a business anymore.
Okay. Well, the fact that she was able
I don't think she does.
Yeah. Even the fact that she was able to even pretend to have one is wild.
But you know what's impressive about Letitia? She hasn't done any jail time recently.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she's a slippery. They're like, we got bigger fish to fry than this
they
one
probably do.
Iowan black lady who's just doing the most. Because I'm in Minnesota, right? And I don't know nothing about the Midwest. But once I moved here, I was like, oh, now I'm aware of the North and the South Dakota. I'm aware of the Wisconsin, and I'm aware of Iowa now because they're what borders Minnesota. And I'm like, somebody explain to me about these blacks in Iowa, because there's barely blacks here, and I want to know about the blacks in Iowa.
Well, I asked Letitia that, and Letitia said, there's plenty of black people here. I said, really? I was shocked by that. Yeah. I guess it was my ignorance, but she was like, yeah. She was like, they come from, Illinois, and,
yes,
and she says they just migrate there. And I'm like, but why would you choose to live there? But I guess I shouldn't judge. Yes. I live in the thick of the sticks. So who am I? So,
but you're also from a place where it makes sense there are black people are there. Like for me, it's like, I know that there are black people in Ohio. I know there are black people in Illinois because of the North and all that migration and stuff. And those were hotbeds of metropolis. But it's so funny because a lot of the black people that are here, when I'm like, oh, so are you born and raised in Minnesota? Because I'm confused. And they're like, no, actually, I'm from Chicago. There was a great migration from Chicago to Minnesota. So majority of the black people that are here either grew up or were like born in Chicago and came here when they were like 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or something very early. But yeah, and I'm like, this is very interesting. But anyways, I mean, we're 16 minutes in, I guess we can start talking about 90 Day Fiance. Well, I keep forgetting you aren't in California anymore. It must be a culture shock being in the Midwest. It is, but I'm in a city, so it's a lot of diversity. I'm downtown, so I see diversity. It's only when I drive outside of the main Minneapolis that I'm like, oh, okay. Like I went and bought some tights today, some dance tights for my drag, and I was like, they're not gonna have my color. There's no way. There's no way they're going to have it. But they did. And I was very shocked. And I was like, it's because I'm still pretty close to Minneapolis. I think if I were out further, they would be like, we don't really get your kind around here. So, all right. Anyways, let's get started. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiance the other way. Let me look at that timestamp so I can tell the people down below. Okay. We got started at 17:37. All right. So starting with our first couple. It is, let's just do Chloe and Johnny. I do not understand them. They are not going to make it. And I have a question for you. Is your standard of stove top electric or fire?
I have had both. And even at a young age, I was not afraid to turn a knob. I was not afraid of the fire blowing in my face, especially when I'm trying to make hardboard eggs. Chloe, I'm going to need you to sit all the way down. Now, listen, okay, I understand that you come from a family that spoiled you, that gave you certain type of leeway in how you should live. But I'm going to need for you to understand that these are basic living conditions. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. So when you are fiddling around like a 5-year-old and you are like, it's fire, I really, really need for you to go lay down.
Go back to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
Or maybe go home.
Yeah, go back where the fire is electric. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I did not know that people actually had electric stovetops until I moved to the Midwest. Like my entire building I live in is all electric stovetops. That does not exist in California. It does if you maybe purchase it. But every apartment building and every home I had been into, maybe 1 or 2 had electric. Electric is what confuses me because I understand how hot fire burns. So the relative up and down of the fire burning is what I understand cooking to be. And so when I got here, it was very confusing to me. I mean, I had to even buy the very special type of like cleaner to clean the tops of it. And I'm like, oh, this is how you clean an electric one? Is it still hot? Let me tell you right now how often I actually leave my stove on. And I have to listen for it to click because it'll click to let me know it's active. And I'm like, did I leave the stove top on? And I would have known had there been a fire because I would see the fire. So one of my biggest worries is that I will do something or something. I'll leave like a mitt or something on the range because I'm used to having grates. I'm used to having to clean the grates, scrub around it, and do all that stuff. So yeah, it was a shock to me because in all of my life travels between California and New York City, an electric stove was something that was just not a part of that. Now I will say that there has been a time where I have let the gas go too long and then lit the match, and it has been a little kaboom. So I understand what she was saying, but at the same time, I'm like, girl, you're in a room full of people. There's at least 2 cameramen and 3 producers. They ain't gonna let you burn them up. So just go on ahead and turn that shit until it opens.
Just turn it.
Just turn it. Just turn it on.
Just turn it on, girl.
Yeah.
She's exhausted.
She is. Now, I will say that we are going to be able to tell how the time lapses based on her roots. And so everybody listening right now, if you want to know what the time lapse is of what's going on, is that blonde hair is going to go from fully blonde to Madonna roots. And we'll know how long. That's one of my frustrations with these, not 90 Day Fiance, but with all of these shows, is that they don't want to tell us the true timeline of stuff unless they actually put it on the screen. They want them to say, oh, it's been a while. I'm like, no, I want weeks so I can properly judge the situation. I want to know details.
Right.
So they're getting, sorry, I'm on the wrong. Yeah. So anyways, they are talking and he's like, we can't go out every time because, this is not vacation time. You have got to get to understand the kitchen. I'm just trying to get her to understand that like not everything is going to be ordering out. And what little does he know is that she orders out at home too. He's thinking that she's just going to be in vacation mode the entire time. And I'm like, no, she's going to be in comfort mode the entire time. If you are raised in a situation in a household where you have an abundance of money where you can do comfort as opposed to just having to like figure it out, it's going to be very hard to scale back. You don't even understand what scaling back is. Like you don't have a frame of reference for that. Like when I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta make food this week because I don't want to spend too much money. People are like, when you say make food, what do you mean? I'm like, blend, like take the rice, add tomato paste, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, right. Open up a can of sauce, some salt and pepper, and the rest of the seasonings that I put on every single thing. And like, there's a lot of like, I have a cutting, I sometimes don't even use a cutting board. I just be cutting stuff in my hand because that's how I was raised in that kind of like environment. I was the sous chef basically. Like my parents would cook and we had to like dice all the peppers and the onions and all that stuff. So for people who don't have any frame of reference for that, they're like,
right.
I could just afford it. And so it's weird to me that he is thinking that he's going, this is a disaster. Go ahead and say it. It's a disaster. Go ahead, Sass.
I mean, you literally said what I was thinking. It is a disaster from jump. I mean, he's already complaining and whining about, and if he keeps saying we are from a different lifestyle and she's used to this, well, you knew that. I mean, you knew that. And then what did you do? Oh, well, let's just bring her in. She is going to, adapt, while I'm swinging around this power ship like I'm a Timu version of Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny, stop. Yeah. Okay. Just keep entertaining these ladies. Keep pouring them margaritas down their throat. And just move on. Because like you said, this is a disaster waiting to happen. This is going to end in tears.
It absolutely is. She is she doesn't truly understand what all she's given up. And he also won't just let her live. Like at the same time, you know what he could do is just let her waste her money. And then if she's like, well, I wish there were times where you did some stuff. He could say like, well, I could take us out once a month, but you are the one who wants to go out and eat. And I cannot afford that. So when we want to do whatever, I'm going to cook. I'm going to show you how to cook. I'm going to show you how to do certain things. But like, we need to, you know, he's like, she needs to make dinners. And I'm like, well, she doesn't need to make dinners. If you wanted a wife to come here and make you dinners and to have your children, you picked the wrong person. You're trying to steal this girl's thunder, and she's into having a good time. You know, she's a good time Mary at this moment. And she's fallen in love with the man, and she has the means and the opportunity to just move to Aruba with him. You do not put anything on her. Don't make her marry you. You know, this is 90 Day Fiance. However, it looks like they're not on a fiance visa. She's just there living.
It's like she's on spring break. She's on spring break. It's like she's just on spring break. How old is she? 22?
23, yeah.
23 years old. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, this ain't going nowhere, and ain't going nowhere fast. They're gonna end very, very quickly.
And did she mention a job, or did I? Okay.
No job.
I'm just wondering.
All right. So next couple that we've got is Manon and Anthony. So they arrive, and Manon is screeching to everybody in French, in the voice of Benjamin. I don't know how to say aunt in French. Like, I'm like, girl, shut up. Like, I get it, you're excited, but also at the same time, she's apparently very, very tired. And it is just a crazy intro. Here's the fundamental difference. Manon walks into a situation and she's like, it's too small. Anthony walks into a situation and he's like, I'm grateful to have a place to stay. Sass, what do you think?
I'm trying to gather myself because this heifer is really going to get me going. How many times during this episode, last episode, the episode before that, did they say we're moving to France to save our marriage? How many times? Moving to France to save our marriage, moving to France. When on the way to the airport, she cussing him out. Well, not cussing, but she laid him out. When they got to the airport, she was fussing at him. Now she's home. She supposedly needs to be happy there because this is going to save their marriage. But meanwhile, you're in a matchbox of a bedroom and you are screeching at the top of your lungs, knowing good and well that his parents are like, you know, they are looking, they're listening, girl. You know, they are listening through them thin paper walls. And this is how you want to do your family.
Yeah.
She is this close to getting on my last nerve. And it's only what, episode 3?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now.
She didn't cry. She didn't cry this episode though.
She didn't.
Go ahead, Wah.
I like her. I understand where she is coming from. And I think that I think that even him, I think that he is unfairly putting this idea of being the only parent upon her as though men have not done this to women throughout history. Now, that being said, I don't think he's responsible for his entire gender for the last millennia of time in which men have completely ignored the women who are at home. And men have been like, well, you're at home, I'm at work, and I'm tired when I get home. And also she made mention that there is a situation where he actually just gets tired of her asking what to do and just wants her to do stuff. It's like that. It's called something when someone pretends not to be able to do something. It's like purposeful ignorance or something like that. Which is what men tend to do, which is like when a woman kind of lays out like, you and I both own this home and we both live here together. If you see a piece of paper on the ground and you know it doesn't belong there, in fact, no pieces of paper belong on the ground, pick it up when you walk over it. And he's like, oh, you wanted me to pick it up? Oh, okay. What do I do with it afterwards? It's like, I cannot help you with all of that. I'm just saying that you and I both live in a house that we both want clean. So that means that we both need to clean it. And I can see that being annoying. But I feel like the way he continuously hold it over her, like she's the problem. And the reason why they're going to France is to fix the issues that she has because she was chasing the American dream. And I'm like, no, from what she says, they both made the decision that because she has higher earning potential, that she would go and work as opposed to putting the baby in childcare. Now, if he then at some point felt that that wasn't what he wanted to do, then he needs to put on his uniform and his fake star and go be in security somewhere and put that baby in a daycare is what he needed to do because he has all the power. Like he has just as much power as she does. So I'm not buying his whole like now to me their dynamic works because he's clearly like the flower and she's the gardener. Like their energies are opposite and so there's a balance, but while he's being frustrated about being a parent,
and she feels left out.
Yes. Yeah. So while he's frustrated about being a parent, like he could also stand up and say something. Like she wants a certain, and that's another thing too. The other thing is the want of a specific lifestyle. I am Manon. I want to be comfortable. I am not okay with the bare minimum. And I have seen plenty of examples of that where one party is ambitious and the other party is not. And it's terrible when it's the man that isn't ambitious and the woman is, and then the woman feels some type of way because the man won't go get a second job while she'll work 3 in order to make their dreams come true. And I'm like, that is what I would refer to as not being equally yoked 100%.
It's going to be interesting when he goes to work and she stays at home.
Mm-hmm.
That is what is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and have you noticed that he has not put that boy down since we met him? Like he's always holding that boy. She's never hold that child, or there's no type of, it's like there's no connection. So she's going to be home with that child. He's going to be at work, and I can't wait to see how that works out.
Yeah, I feel like maybe she's still going through postpartum and she didn't bond with him in the way that she thought she would. And I want her to be in more women's groups so that she doesn't feel as bad for maybe not having the bond that she feels she should have. Because if Anthony is more of the flower and more of the like caretaker, then it is what it is. Like someone got to give Benjamin some love. Now, I also think that because she spent less time with him, she's less in tuned to what his needs are, because 2-year-olds are annoying.
Mm-hmm.
They be crying and wiggling for no reason. Did you see that baby crying and wiggling? I'm like, you can cry or you can wiggle. You can't do both.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put you down.
Mm-hmm.
Cry and wiggle.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be some adjustment for that child too. I mean, he don't know his grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Not that much, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting when she has to stay at home, because that's what she wanted, right?
Yeah. I also don't know what job he's going to get. What's his French like? Go ahead.
Yeah. What was his job?
He's security.
He's security.
Yeah.
I thought.
What do you think he was?
He was like an engineer or something. Yeah. Security like a mall cop.
That's what it gave to me. He just said, I work in security. And I'm like, as a what? As a like, and me at first I was like, okay, maybe he's going to say like cyber tech or something like that.
Right. It's not.
But he never specifically said. So now I'm just like, put your uniform on and your fake star and go sit at a kiosk. Like, go sit in a guard shack. Like, I don't know what that man's going to do. And especially, what's he going to do in France with that skill set? You do not speak the language unless he finds an American company or an Australian or some English-speaking company to work for. But then my thought is like, if he was in cybersecurity, why was she the max earner? Don't they make money in cybersecurity? He was working for the wrong folk.
I have no idea. For some reason, I thought he was an engineer. I was way off. Because I was like, why would he give up his engineering job?
No, that man working as security, girl.
He got a plastic badge.
Security.
Security. Can you imagine having him defend you?
He's so little. I said, Manon, if you want them small, you like girl, do what you got to do. Okay. You like them tiny men with them porn stashes. Listen, that's your life to live. That's not my life. That's not my life. Okay.
He did apologize for that comment though, about being a solo parent. He did apologize for that.
Yeah, he did. And I don't know. Part of me doesn't believe that he's a true solo parent. Part of me believes that she does try to come in and maybe he doesn't let her, or the baby starts crying and then he takes over, or she gets frustrated.
No. I think he's totally a solo parent.
Oh.
I do.
Oh.
There's something. I'm gonna hold that off until I see her at home with that baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold off saying that.
So the next couple that we've got is Greta and Matthew, but we don't have Matthew. It's just Greta. I have a cat, and I got him last November because I needed a pet or something to take care of because I was just out here spinning in the world. And I don't like him as much as Greta likes Hazel.
11 years, honey. That is her heart.
Yeah, and I don't relate to it. And maybe in 11 years, me and Gato will vibe, but I don't know where he's at right now. But if he comes and tries to bite my ankles, he's about to get sprayed. Where is he at? Oh, he's actually in the chair right next to me. I love him. I love his little face. He's so cute, but that hair everywhere, girl. I can't do the hair. It's too much. I spend a lot of time cleaning cat hair. Go ahead.
Oh, I bet. I mean, it ain't really much to say about the vegan couple. I mean, I don't mind them. I hope they work out. Mm-hmm. This whole, being devastated over a cat, I get it. People love their animals like they do humans. I can't relate. But, you like it, I love it. The couple who got Hazel seemed lovely. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you right now, when she gets to that house and she see all that pork and elk and beef and chicken and lamb, and she going to talk about her sprouts and her broccoli chips and her pines and whatever needles, whatever she eating, she going to have a breakdown. Because, honey, when he pulled out that lamb rack from that freezer.
Yeah.
I wish them well. What do you think?
I wish them well too. I just think that she's somebody who overthinks. And I think that that circumstances have to be to her specificity and in order for her to be comfortable due to her anxieties and due to her, like, what feels like a terrible childhood where you didn't feel comfortable in your own home. I didn't feel comfortable in my home growing up, but not to this extent, to the point where, like, she's already knowing that being in his parents' house is going to cause her duress. And he has not.
Talk about. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Can we talk about how she cannot practice her law degree?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? It is. Maybe like 6 years ago, maybe 5. No, 6. I would have been in a place where I would have moved for love, or I would have done anything for love. I crossed over a threshold where I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything for anybody. He would have to be a millionaire, a multimillionaire. And then I want a prenup. I want a prenup. And I want you to then pay me for time lost and away from my career for being with you. Like, if we don't work out, like prenup, postnup, this is our relationship while we get married. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing anything. So for her to be in a place where she has finally found human connection, I can understand that. That is what I understand. This crying over Hazel, when she knows she's going to get Hazel eventually, is the one thing I don't get. So, like, now I feel like the laws in the US are probably completely different than the laws in the UK. There's no transfer. She would have to go back to school all over again, learn the words, Parliament versus the Senate. or whatever. I don't really even know what parliament is. Is it the Senate? Who knows?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand the way that they're conservative and they're liberal work. They got a whole monarchy that they still batting around. So it's like, it's a completely different way of doing things. And as a solicitor, as what she would be, in there, she's like, oh, I'll do like animal advocacy. And I'm like, but like how? Also, what visa is she on? Is she on a tourist visa? These are my questions.
I have no idea.
Yeah, these Americans that are going abroad.
Think she knows.
What visa? How long are you about to be there? What's a tourist visa like, or a work visa, or whatever? She's volunteering, so she's not even working. I don't know. It's very unclear. It's very unclear.
He's not enthusiastic because when she asked him about last week, oh, you've been apartment hunting? Honey, he was like, what? Like, no, I was busy, or I didn't get around to it. Why?
Yeah, why? I feel like it's a trope of 90 Day Fiance. I feel like these tropes of 90 Day Fiance here they are. The American woman moves to the foreign country and the foreign man does not make space for her.
No.
And then there's a fight about that.
Yes.
The American woman moves to the foreign land and the family is okay with her, but because she's not a part of the religion, i.e. eats meat, it's difficult for her. The American woman like moves to the foreign land and then expects the foreign land to be America. Like, it is very much the same thing that's happening over and over again. And I'm like, if I see one more man not clear out a space or a drawer for a woman, I'm just like, no, throw him away. Unless the producer said, oh, don't clean that out because
right.
Yeah. Otherwise, throw him away. If you know I'm coming and you don't make space for me, I'm going home.
Yeah. And everything's jammed together. And they keep saying it's so small. Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's small. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you got it.
Then you need to figure out a way to get out of there.
Yeah.
How much do you love me?
Yeah.
That would be my question. Do you love me? Because it's going to take me all of 5 minutes to cuss out everybody in this house. And you don't want that. So find me a drawer.
Yes.
That's the least you could do.
Find me a shelf in the refrigerator because I'm not looking at all that meat. Now, here's the thing. Like, sometimes, listen, I have known a vegan or two in my life. I have been a vegan at some point. But sometimes these vegans be doing a lot. They be doing a lot. And I get it. It's your lifestyle and you really cared very deeply about these animals.
Yes.
And I think I was never vegan politically. Like, I will still get by my leather goods. Like, I just wouldn't eat meat. I wasn't eating any meat product, but give me them leather shoes, please. So that's the difference. I was never a real vegan.
Right. Right. And there's 2 of them.
Yeah. But he's okay. He's like, he's not as disgusted. And maybe because of them's his people, but she acts like she gonna be at the dinner table making faces when they eat meat.
She is.
And if she go over there and do that, then I can't be on her side.
I mean, I can tell you right now, it's going to be my prediction that they're going to put a slab. They're going to put Bambi in front of her, barbecue it, glaze it, and they're going to tear it up. And she's going to be sitting there with her sprouts,
salad,
in disgust. And you know what? They ain't even going to care. I can guarantee you because that's their house.
Yeah, that's right. And they're allowed to do that.
I mean, and I hate it but you going into a home of meat eaters. And then it was so funny how he was like showing it to her. I cracked up at that. And I'm like, why are you showing her knowing how she feels about it? And he's like, oh, look how big it is. And he's pulling it up. Yeah. Girl.
Yeah.
I do want them to make it though. What do you think? Do you want them to make it? I do.
I want her to make it because I really feel bad that she feels like furry beasts whose butt she has to wipe and she has to feed show her more love and attention than an actual human who can wipe their own butt. Like, I just don't get it until right now. All that hair. Hazel got hair for days too. Okay, last couple.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
I don't know too much about foreign affairs, but have you noticed also why is it that the older men, and well, it's usually the older men, still live with their parents? Why is that? Can you explain that to me?
So in some cultures, like specifically Indian culture, the men don't ever leave. Like
I get that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
but
then,
like Greta's man.
So he does
give a reason.
He did live by himself. He moved back in with his parents so they can save money. And then they were gonna get a place together. Or it was his place was too small or something. Something was up with his place, and they have to stay with his parents for a while because she had gone to visit the parents, but not. And I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm okay with multi-generational family households. Like, I don't necessarily think a man should not live with his family. It just depends on how he lives with them when I get there. If you want to sleep in the bed next to your parents, you sleep in that bedroom next to your parents. But when I get there, we are going to have our own domicile separately, because I don't even want to sleep next to my parents when I'm living with them. I'm like, damn, I got to get the room the furthest away from them. And so I though think it only helps the familial unit, and it helps the children to be able to kind of grow and blossom if they know that they have a soft place to land for the pre-adult life. Because let me tell you right now, to me, 18 is an arbitrary number to decide that somebody is a bloody adult. Them's is children. Yeah. To me, you don't actually become an adult until 25 years old, after you've had some kind of life where you've had to have a job and pay a bill or two. Like, before that, you're a pre-adult, you're a preteen, you're a teen, you're a pre-adult, and then you're an adult. Like, I'm very like kind of, staunch about that. So I enjoy the like Indian culture where the man stays home and takes care of his family, because it creates structure for the elderly to be taken care of in a space and where maybe they wouldn't be taken care of if the country doesn't have like infrastructures like Social Security or retirement homes and things like that. But yeah, their specific situation, it's because he moved back home for some reason, and they're only supposed to be there for a few months until they can get another apartment.
Yeah. You're so sweet. I could not be with a man who still stays at home, especially now that at my age group.
Oh, yeah, not at my age.
In my age group, you're younger, way younger than I am.
I'm not way younger than you.
You're younger than I am. And I just can't, I cannot imagine. I think I have my ways, and I know other people may not accept my ways, and I'm not here to adapt to your ways.
Yeah, I heard you talking about Jenny living with Sumit's mama. I heard you talking about it. Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I feel like, yeah, no, not my age. I'm in my 40s. Oh, absolutely. You need to be up and out of there. But when I was in my 20s and maybe even early 30s, if he was really saving or doing something or taking care of, like Greg and Joan, do you remember them from 90 Day Fiance?
Yes.
Like, she lives by herself. I wasn't too mad at Greg living there because he wasn't in a relationship. I assumed that he was helping mom take care of the bills, but I was wrong in my assumption.
Right.
And so that's when it becomes a problem. When the man isn't actually, or the child isn't actually contributing to the household. Like, that's the problem. See, because when I lived with my parents in my 30s, I contributed to the household, like monthly and on a big, basis. So like, that's why I was there, is to help them and alleviate some of the financial burden of them in their 70s, having to do the same things they've been doing for the last 50 years with these homes that they've owned. So like, yeah, no, it's when they don't fucking give shit. Get here. Go ahead.
Now I will say this. Let me correct something. If their parents are elderly or disabled, of course, if they need help or assistance, of course, I'm all for. If I'm married and my husband's like, my mom and dad are sick, they're older, I don't want to put them in a home. Oh, of course. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
Automatic, you can come.
Yes.
But if I am, if his parents are able-bodied, and if I meet a guy and he's like, oh, well, I live with my parents and my parents are like 70, and I was like, oh, are they sick? Or, oh no, they're fine. and he's like 52. It's nice meeting you. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you for this date. All the best.
Thank you. I enjoy it. But
if you ever want to go on vacation and pay for me because all the extra money you have from living with your parents and not paying your own bills, I will go to Jamaica with you too.
Exactly. Oh, you're using your mother's car? Oh, honey, no. Thanks. Can you imagine? And no. I know people like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah. Okay, last couple that we're going to talk about is Madeline and Luke. When has a surprise ever worked out in one's favor? When has ever showing up a day early ever worked out? In fact, Luke has told us that not only has he done this before, but when he did it, he found his woman in the hands of another man. And yet he thought that this time would be justifiable. And it's because she's mad at him and she's blocked him on everything. And this is something I will never understand about the young generation. What do you mean you blocked me? Them's his fighting words. You blocked me? Oh, wait. Nah. Shoo fly. Like, we're not going to be in a relationship if you blocked me.
Not only blocked you 3 weeks before your wedding.
Yeah.
You blocked me, but you want to marry me. Does that make sense to you all?
It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, I'm just like, what do you even mean you blocked me? That's wild. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy behavior. So anywho, she blocks him and he then he speaks enough Spanish to be able to talk to the cab driver. I like that about him. Yeah, he learned the language because many of them don't, especially those people who have to learn Portuguese. They be acting like they can't do it. So she then, we see her with her beauty salon, which I don't quite know what all services they do. And if you must have like certifications in them. She's got a bunch of stuff on the wall, but I don't know if that necessarily means that she's gone through nail preparation certification. If the person doing makeup in that is certified as well, like what are the rules? What are the laws? What are the regulations is what I want to know.
Maybe it's different there because she kept saying certified, like certifications, like you said. So maybe it's different rules.
Maybe it's different. Because I'm like, what beauty school you went to?
She did.
Tell me more. And she's like, my business is doing very good. And I made $4,000 last month. And I was like, how much is your rent? How much?
Right.
What do you mean you're good at $4,000? Your rent should be $500 then. Like there's no way that you are sustaining a life when you're or a business with $4,000. Her rent must be $200. I mean, I'm just like $50. Like, how much is the rent? Because that is not. I'm like, I thought she was gonna say like $10,000, and I'm like, okay.
Well, she's doing fine with Luke's money. That's supposed to go towards that wedding.
Yeah, that's right. And so her mother gets there, and she's like, me and my mother are friends now. And I have to realize that she's only 20 years old, and she ran away. She ran away at 12, and that's only 8 years out in the streets doing whatever by herself. But I mean, a person can grow and learn a lot of things real quick on the streets at 12. And so she is like, me and my mother are very good. You know, Luke, he helped me to not look in the past and to let it go and look more towards the future. And so her mother gets there. She starts to do her mother's nails. And then Luke shows up. She's surprised, but then she pretends she's not surprised. And then she again jumps on him. And there is a moment where I think he's going to drop her.
And she's like 80 pounds wet.
80 pounds. And then them white sandals made me very upset. I don't like a white sandal. I'm going to tell you. I don't like a white sandal.
And I can't tell you. And then how can a sandal be rolled over? I said, how is your sandal rolled over? Girl, they did cheat and they rolled over.
I don't. The only person that's supposed to wear a white sandal is a flower girl. And she must, and even, yeah. I hate a white sandal. I hate it.
I can't do it either. I'm with you.
Ankle strap. White sandal? Girl, if you don't get a better shoe, girl.
I'm a beauty pageant queen. Then why are you wearing those sandals?
Yeah,
girl?
I do beauty payants. My beauty payants, and I am a wiener. So, anyways, then white sandals upset me, and I was like, "What are they saying? What happened?" I just woke up, and they were at her apartment. So, anywho, she tells him that she has to go to the apartment after she's going to meet with her wedding planner afterwards, and talk about money that is owed. And so then he's like, but I've been sending her money, and she was supposed to use this money to pay for things, but then she's still adding stuff like a helicopter to bring her to the venue.
$12,000 budget.
Yeah. 12,000 USD is the budget. So he's like, somebody's mismanaging money, and I want to better know what's going on. So they get to the home and they start talking. She gets so nervous she can't find a spoon. She can't find the spoon, Sass. That is the reason why she took that 4-inch square-tipped, French-tipped nail and dug it in a jar of what? Nutella peanut butter, and then was just licking it as though her hands were clean.
And it was nonstop. It was nonstop. And I said, Luke, this is who you... Ain't Luke in his 30s?
Yeah.
And he has a MBA, correct?
And
you are going to marry a 20-year-old, right, who is licking Nutella from underneath her nails because she ain't got a spoon. Continue on.
So, anyways, they start to talk about the money, and she's very adamant that he only sent her whatever amount, right? And she's like, yes, I used the money for this and for the dress. And then he's like, but that was for, you're supposed to use that money for everything, not just for this and the dress. And she was like, but there were other things that you needed to take care of that weren't the wedding. And those needed to be paid off. And so that is what I did. You said you were going to pay for this wedding, and you have not paid for this wedding. And I'm like, well, if you only have $3,000 left and you owe them $4,000, then where is the, I don't know math, 6,000? No, that's not right. Whatever 4 minus 12 is.
It's 8.
Great. 8. Where is the rest of the money? Like, where did you give it to her or did you not give it to her? Because you're now saying you only have $2,888 because you spent, your daddy gave you $3,000. If you only have $200, you spent $200 somewhere between LAX and Colombia. Okay, very quickly spent that money. And now you're like, oh, this is all I have, and so we need to budget down. And this lady is like, you are embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed?
And this is my thing, Luke. You have an MBA, darling. Why are you trusting this type of money with a 20-year-old? Why couldn't you pay the person directly? That way you would know, because this is Luke. I want receipts. Well, darling, it's a little too late for receipts now. You gave your money to not Chloe, to Beauty Pageant Queen, and now you wondering where the receipts are.
But he didn't even give her all the money. He only gave her a certain amount up front in December.
Well, remember? He said that the wedding was paid for. That's what he said.
Oh.
Did I misunderstand that? Because he said that the wedding should have been paid for because it was the $12,000 budget, and he said that wedding should have been paid for. But he said now I'm finding out that we still owe money. Now I may have misheard that, but I think he was under the assumption.
Yes, that's what I heard too. But the way he's described it, it still made it seem like he hadn't even given the full 12,000. Like, he gave her money in December and it wasn't 12,000. It was less than that. She used it to buy her dress and pay off something else. And then nothing. It's now more and they owe money. So to me, it's been seeming like the whole thing has been on credit. And she only paid for the dress and that's it.
Well, where did the rest of the money go?
I don't even know. I don't know. That's what she's saying. She's saying, you didn't give me the money. You haven't paid for anything. You gave me one little check in December, and that still wasn't enough to pay for everything. So that's the
confusion. He was really under the impression that he done paid for this wedding. And then the wedding planner, you know, she was filling around and she was trying to tell him what all was paid. Oh my God.
Yeah. Guys in the audience, if you were listening and you understand what happened, go ahead and drop it in there so that we know what the hell's going on. Because I'm telling you right now, we don't.
Because I'm confused.
We are like very confused. We're all confused. It's a confusing time. Okay.
You think they're gonna make it?
Oh hell no. I feel like Madeline is this is her first husband. This is her first husband. She know it. She not gonna stay with Luke forever. Because we still have to talk about the fact that he wants to do a prenup so that he can own the hotel in a foreign country by himself. Like he's not gonna have to have help from her to do it. Like who's gonna give him a loan? He's gonna go into the banco by himself and as a US citizen just get a loan? With what collateral? Huh? Like, it's crazy for him to think that she's just going to write that shit off. Like, oh, yeah, you can have it. No, you can't have shit.
And can I just say why? He's going there broke.
Yeah.
And if they don't stop listening to their parents who got good sense, his father looked at him and said, this is a bad idea. Terrible idea. What did he do? I love her. His best friend or his homeboy looked at him and said, I don't like her. And you know why? She was in bed allegedly with another man. What did he do? I love her. And now he's sitting there whining about if this wedding is paid for or not.
I love her.
I love her. She's beautiful.
Yeah. These financial discrepancies and whose fault it is.
Yeah.
So she gets so pissed off at him and she gets up and she walks away after tightly closing her jar of peanut butter.
Right.
And then we're going to see next episode the conclusion of this specific drama. Maybe his dad's going to have to come from California with another check. If that man don't electronically give Luke some money instead of sitting over here giving him a paper check like it's 1984.
I said, who does that?
I didn't even know what it was. And I think the checks are.
Me too. And I'm like, they still have checks.
I said, he sent him a piece of paper. Was it a note?
That was just like when Letitia was saying that she was writing bad checks. Excuse me for going back. Yeah. And I was like, when did this happen in like 87? Like, girl, who is writing checks? But anyway,
where are you writing checks? Like, if I'm like, I don't know, a cashier at any establishment, and somebody who isn't 75 or plus hands me a check, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm sorry, we don't accept this because you are not 75. I need I need a 75, an octogenarian. I'm gonna need somebody that's real old with like shaky handwriting to hand me that check. Right. Not somebody in there.
Can you imagine 20-year-old Brittany being handed a check and she's a cashier? You know she is going to panic mode. What does she know? What is she? She's probably gonna be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, yeah. Anyway. No, what she's gonna do is she's gonna bring up that old machine and sit it out on the thing.
A check. I'm like, yeah,
girl. Like I remember they had the machines too for the credit card. You bring that out too. You set that in there. You put the like carbonated paper and you just.
Girl, when I worked at a cashier, honey, I was like, this ain't gonna be my life. I knew from the beginning this is not going to be my life. Just like when I knew when I was a waitress, it was not going to be my life. No. And I'm a worker, but I knew I wasn't going to do that.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Sass. Any last words about this show? And
no, I have enjoyed myself. It is a hot mess of a show, which we love. I say out of all these couples, maybe Greta and what's her man's name?
Matt, maybe.
Matthew.
Matthew?
I think the vegans, let's just say that the vegans will make it. I don't see it for, and maybe
Manon and Anthony.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think they may make it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to introduce. There's another couple they need to introduce. There's a dark-haired lady who I think is going to go to Australia. So in my mind, somebody's going to end up leaving early. Somebody's storyline is going to be cut short. I don't know if it's
late in the game. They're going to bring somebody. Well, I guess they will.
They'll bring somebody in on the 6th episode and act like it's the first. Yeah. So if there's either one or there's definitely one. There might be two more couples that are kind of come in because they just need to get more content coming in. But right now, if every episode doesn't have Ginny and Sumit, I truly don't want it.
Me either.
It's not interesting.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Because
Ginny and Sumit is the only reason why. And can I just say this before you leave? Sumit in this restaurant. I'm sorry, cafe. Girl, why? Please explain to me. Because explain to me like I'm 12.
Okay.
Why in the world would you invest in a cafe with no running water?
Because we got a very big espresso machine. And so adults in places where they drink mostly tea, they are going to want the novelty of coffee, especially if it comes out of a huge brass or silver espresso machine that you're going to sit and smack dab in the middle of the cafe as an attraction. They're going to want that. They're going to want that coffee. Also, the public well is right down the road. And with strong, able-bodied women to carry pails of water from said well to the business, how could you lose? How could you lose? Also, it was a great deal.
67-year-old woman.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal. I'm like, the rent must have been like amazing. How is it that you didn't negotiate down that rent with no running water?
Right. It's again a very small place. And Sumit was just happy with. I'm like, oh my God. And then have coffee, tea, burgers, fries, and what else was it? Well,
I don't know.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Okay, if you don't get out of here with these burgers, what you need to have is some pastries and some tea and like maybe some French fries. Like, I don't know. Maybe a deep fryer for some, like, I don't know, beignets. I don't know what you want to do with it, but you can have something that fries some dough. Throw a little powdered sugar on it. And then the fact is that everybody making fun of Ginny, talking about, oh, who's going to be in the kitchen? Ginny? I'm like, if y'all don't stop laughing in this lady's face, you can laugh behind her back, but to her face, she's an elder.
Honey, they're not only laughing, they pointing while they're laughing. Honey, she was so proud of that spaghetti. Honey, I ain't never gonna forget that. I said, not the toddler size, crunchy. Jenny, if you don't get up out that kitchen. And see, just like I said, this is what aggravates me about Jenny. You are amongst people of Indian culture, and you have not learned not one dish. You've been there for 7 years?
Indian food is so good too. It is so.
Don't get me started.
It is so good. I make Indian food.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm intimidated.
And you know what? It's not. It's not intimidating. You just have to get the right spices, and then once you figure out the ratio, because really it's just like you put in your cardamom, your fennel, your bay leaf, and then there's one other you can put in. That's like the trifecta. You put that in, you let it fry with some oil, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Throw in a chopped onion, saute that 2 minutes. It's just layers of stuff. 2 minutes, 3 in, and it's all just layering it in. There's no like add a little bit of it like then and let it reduce and add some of this and let that reduce. Like, it's none of that. You just keep adding, and then at some point you put your spices in, and then you let your spices kind of cook, and then you can put in your protein, whatever that is. And then you let that cook, and then you just put a lid on it and go about your life. Make sure it has enough salt in it. And there's always a tomato there's a tomato base in it. So either you put actual tomatoes or you could put tomato paste and water or something just to give it that flavor. And you just put the lid on it, let the meat cook, and then you have it. Add your potatoes if you put potatoes in. And there's no beef, right? So you're only really cooking chicken.
Yeah.
And so
it's delicious.
It's delicious. And it can be vegan. It can be, it's very easy to make. So listen, that's what Greta and them should do. What happened is Greta and them should go ahead and just do that. That way they can all eat the same thing, but Greta could have her vegan version of it and they can have their meat version of it.
Very smart. Very smart.
Real easy. Get you some rice on the side, a little naan, and have a good day. But yeah. So try it. I don't know if the Indian stores are in your neighborhood, but TikTok will always have a recipe and you just go to the stores or whatever and get your little cardamom.
Did you really say Indian stores in my neighborhood? Girl, you know what I got? I told you I live in the thick of the sticks.
I just don't understand what that means. Go ahead, tell me more.
It means that I am literally in a cabin in the woods.
Okay.
I call it thick of the sticks. Yes, I literally am. I'm around nothing. Okay. Which is how I want it. So I have to drive when I want culture. Let me put it that way. When I want Nigerian food, I have to drive over an hour to get some good oxtails. But guess what I do? I drive it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I mean, I guess I've always lived in a pretty diverse area where there would be different options of food. I found a Mexican store. I'm very excited about that.
It's
a wonderland in here.
I had an Asian store.
Yeah.
But again, I have to drive to get there. But I mean, I am envious and jealous of people who live in those kind of neighborhoods because I don't.
The access,
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sass, for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure. We are going to do this again. I got you on the schedule. We'll come back.
Yes.
So we'll do it again and we'll chat. And if you want me on your channel, just let me grow up.
Of course.
I'll be there.
Of course.
And yeah, so I don't know. Did you already talk? Because you said you were going to talk about Justine's mother. Did you already talk about Justine's mother? Did I miss it?
Justine's mom. What was I going to say about about her getting arrested?
Yeah.
I did not talk about it yet. I'm going to in another video.
Okay,
but
great.
I mean, are we shocked?
Is that
girl?
They said she was an ER nurse and she got in trouble because she went to work drunk.
Okay, they say she was drinking on the job, but she drove there drunk, or she was drinking
on the job as an ER nurse.
Yeah,
I'm drunk.
On the end, and she was drunk. And this is Justine's mom with the $100,000
wedding. Who's judging Justine because Justine can't get her life together?
Because she can't get her life together.
She the 12-year-old rebellious Justine. Oh, she don't understand how she could have abandonment issues.
The daddy left to go to the name. She was a badass kid, but ain't got nothing to do with it.
Ain't got nothing to do with her. She did everything. She put her in dance classes, so obviously she was a good mom.
So and then, anyway, we gotta
talk about it. Yeah, I gotta go live in 15 minutes talking about.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for making time out of your day, and we'll talk. And I will see you next time.
What do you call your people? Do you have a name for them?
No.
Okay, bye, WAS people.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please come back in 15 minutes. I'm gonna start at 7:30 sharp, or in 15 minutes sharp. So y'all join me back to talking about seeking sister wives, and have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.
Bye.
Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay.